Eoin, Corrigan, welcome to Desert Island Scenarios.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you are here in Blackpool all the way from Ireland.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Wexford in Ireland, yeah.
Is there a big scene ASL in Ireland?
No, not really, no.
Yeah.
I think there's probably 4 or 5 players who are, that I know of.
Yeah.
Maybe there are pockets out there,
Sure.
who knows, but no, certainly not as big as
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And presumably, is it a big board gaming, war gaming kind of
There
country?
is.
So it's just ASL just isn't.
Exactly. Yeah, ASL doesn't seem to have taken off for some reason. Maybe you need a critical mass or whatever.
Yeah. No tournaments there, nothing to pull people there. or anything like that.
So yeah, I've always gone abroad for tournaments.
Right.
But there's a wargaming club in Wexford.
Yeah, or at least a board gaming. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I try to pull the guys into kind of wargaming.
Right,
but
okay,
mostly
but it's
Euro
board
games.
game, right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, that's
Yeah.
great. We meet
Yeah.
up every week.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've played in quite a few foreign tournaments as well.
Yeah, I've been to Aslak. That
Yeah.
was maybe the highlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to go to the Scandinavian tournaments, Copenhagen, Stockholm.
Yeah.
Yeah, great fun.
Yeah.
Great fun. Yeah.
And how did you get into ASL?
I think I lived in the States when I was a teenager, and I think I bought Squad Leader in California in 1990. And then I lived in the UK for almost 10 years afterwards, and I had this box, and nobody wanted to play it with me, nobody. So I always wanted to play it, and I saw Advanced Squad Leader, I think it's in Chester. I saw a big shelf of this stuff. I was poor. I was a student. I was like, oh, I'd love to be able to afford that and to play it. So it was always in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
And luckily, just when I kind of had the resources and the inclination to start collecting it, it was all still available.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was able to amass a collection, and then I started playing on Vassal. Yeah,
Yeah.
and a few guys in Dublin who I met who were playing, I
Yeah.
played them and began to learn. And
Yeah.
So
I don't know anyone that plays from Dublin. There is a.
There were a couple of guys.
Yeah.
I don't think they're active. They used to play each other, so they're not active
in the
tournaments
wider
or Vassal
scene.
League or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah. And the Google Players map doesn't get updated that often with Irish players.
It's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But as it happens, there's nobody close to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And I suppose the sort of people who are going to be public, the sort of people we would already know, wouldn't we?
Yeah, John O'Reilly and Jim Neary.
We've just met John McGough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. We've done the whole of
And Paul Sidhu.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Synod. Yeah. Synod. Yeah.
Paul.
Anyway. Yeah.
Paul. Anyway, so you're going to a desert island.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're going to let you take your first scenario choice to take onto the island. What are you going to take?
I think my first would be Huishan Docks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I like a big
I
scenario.
like the
Yeah.
pronunciation,
Yeah.
by the way. That was the best pronunciation I've ever heard.
Oh, really?
That, yeah.
I just looked out there.
Because I'm always like boys and docs or something.
We have no idea whether he said it right. Of
No,
course.
that's true.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, maybe I said like
You're blagging this very well. Yeah.
Early war,
Yeah.
lots of tin cans. It's got that Chinese, Japanese
Yep.
thing, urban. Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big
Dare
scenario.
Death,
Yeah.
Banzai,
Big scenario.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sense of drama as well, And this
Yeah.
is the real beginning of World War II,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
37 or 38, whenever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Huishan Docks for sure. Merzenhausen Zoo.
Well, hang on.
You can't.
You're
It's like,
going ahead. Yeah.
we got to find out who you're playing.
Yeah.
Who
You got to
play.
tell us who
yeah.
you want to play. Yeah.
I'd like to play Bill Cirillo. I
Okay,
really enjoy
all right,
Fest in
okay.
Budapest. His online presence is always very positive. I see him on Facebook. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Have you met him? You've not met him.
No, I don't think I have.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I don't think I have. Yeah.
Okay.
He might have been at Aslak when I was there one year, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't speak to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've played Fest on Budapest as well, enough?
Yeah, played. A bunch of the scenarios. I think a couple of the campaign games. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Okay. All right. That's a good
Yeah.
start.
So we know what your second one is. So do you want to? So Mershausen Zoo. Do you want to tell us why? Your history with that, or why
Yeah,
you
I played
why
it a couple of times. It's
Yeah.
always just been a blast.
Yeah.
Normally I'm not into late war,
Which
heavy
it is,
armor.
isn't it? The heavy armor, yeah.
King
Yeah.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's such a medley of vehicles, flamethrowers and Stuarts, Shermans, a jumbo there, I think, and the crocodiles. And then on the German side, like the Nashorns, King Tigers.
Yeah.
Really, really good fun.
Yeah.
And that contracting defense, which I often quite like playing.
Right.
Back to that core. If it works, it's quite satisfying. But it can be very frustrating when it's undone. But really good fun.
That's a tough scenario to grok as well, isn't it? It's one that you've got to kind of really concentrate. We've played it.
Yeah.
And I remember having no idea what was going on. It was like a circling
I
whirlwind
was trying to keep you off balance.
But it's a lot going on, isn't it? There.
Yeah.
So have you played it more than once? Is it just a case of?
Yeah, it's really intense.
Yeah.
It's one of those can't afford to make a single bad move.
Right,
Probably. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay.
you're going to be punished. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so who are you going to play
Yeah.
that against?
Ooh, yeah, maybe who do I? Yeah, another American, J.R. Tracy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I play
yeah.
he's-
Got another great online presence.
Yeah.
Some of his accounts, not just of ASL, but of wargaming in general,
Yeah.
and Board Game Geek,
Yeah.
are really entertaining.
Yeah.
It seems like that New York crew he's got playing with,
Yeah.
great fun.
Yeah. So, but you never played. You didn't get a chance to play him at
No,
ASL.
I think he asked me, but I wasn't feeling well, and I've got a game lined up. Yeah, but I'm sure, like, if I go again,
Right.
so yeah, I'll try.
But you've played.
I played
JR.
JR. Yeah, an amazing game I played him. But yeah,
Is he
absolutely.
known as JR when you talk to?
I couldn't tell you what his name was if it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
JR. But but really nice guy to play. And what I loved about ASLOC was if you go there as a foreigner, kind of like you've made a big travel, they will make sure that you play people that you've heard of if you want to,
Wow.
just to give you the sense if you
Yeah.
speak to whoever's organising at the time, Brett or whoever it is. So when did you go to ASLOC?
17.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, great trip.
Gonna go again? Is it, or is it once off? You've done
I
it
think
once.
there are certain constituencies at home I may have views on. Going too often,
It's
Right.
a long time, and I suppose it adds. It's a fair bit chunk of money by the time you've done everything.
It's a long week because it's
Yeah.
really 2 weekends. Why go for 7 days?
Yeah.
Really it's 10 days and
Right.
the
Because of the
drive.
travelling and
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
I flew to Chicago in 6 or 7 hours.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. So picture. I don't know how you got there, but
Yeah, I flew. I think directly to Cleveland, is it, or
Yeah.
Ohio?
Okay.
And
Cleveland is
yeah.
where it is.
yeah,
isn't
and
it?
then just literally the taxi thing was there and did it. And my little story there was I've never talked to women on planes ever. It doesn't happen. And the one time I sit there and there's this stunning woman next to me and she says to me, "What are you doing on going to Ohio?" I was like, "Oh, do I tell her the truth?" There's a ball game competition, and she's like, "Oh right," because there's nothing there. There's a rock and roll museum, I think, and that's it. And so she's like, she's intrigued why people would
So
go.
Cleveland is not a substantial.
I think
it's quite a big place, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of
Yeah.
things there.
I think it's got it was a Rust Belt type city.
Yeah.
It's reinvented itself.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, I think they used to call it the Mistake on the Lake. It was just like a kind of grim Rust Belt
Yeah.
city.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was there so before in 2010, I think I went, and it was but I saw the hotel and I saw the ballroom and I saw the games.
Yes, yeah.
And that's it. And I didn't,
Yeah.
I went out for lunch a couple of times, but
Brilliant.
it was good, yeah. But all right, JR's a
JR,
great
choice then. So, what about your third and final scenario?
Krupke Station. Yeah,
Ah.
Schwerpunkt. I played
Yeah.
it. I played it twice in tournaments. Lost both times.
Mm-hmm.
Both quite one in particular. I was playing in a Scandinavian tournament. It was one of those games with a guy. Normally if I'm playing somebody, I'll be like, how you doing? What do you do? Da da da. You try and have a chat and it's not just a process by which I go to the next round. I'm playing a person,
Yeah.
But I got the distinct impression my particular opponent was he wasn't particularly interested in me as a human being
Right.
on any fucking level whatsoever. so it became like I didn't react well to that. So it just became quite a formal, almost like a chess game.
Yeah,
Very
Right.
not much chit chat at all. And then it came to the crux of the scenario where I have a couple of tigers left and he's attacking. He needs to capture a couple of buildings and it's all quite tense. And he rolled up with the Sherman. And I decided not to take a defensive fire shot with the tiger because I thought it didn't quite suit me at the moment. He took a bounding fire shot, and I was like, "It's a tiger. I'll be fine,"
Yeah.
And of course, 1-1 crit. And and he jumped up. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, his emotions. And he went, "Fuck you!"
No,
like in my face. I was like,
Wow.
Yeah. Scandinavian Reserve kind of just
Wow.
evaporated.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got this relationship with the scenario that's invested with these weird memories. Yeah. So both times it's been quite an intense experience.
Yeah. So
So I like to play it. And,
are you going to pick the same guy to play it on this desert island?
Probably not. No.
So who are you going to take?
I don't know. Yeah. Who would I? Well, I went for a drive when I went to ASLOC with Mark Pitkovich.
Okay,
He runs the Desperation Morale
course,
website. That was a great day. We just drove around eastern Pennsylvania and Ohio.
Yeah.
He takes photographs.
That's
of
right,
countryside.
of old houses and things like
Yeah,
that.
he was a really fun guy to drive
Yeah.
around with. I'd never played him, and he
Yeah.
did such an amazing job on a few returns. I think that's a
Yeah.
wonderful.
Absolutely, it is a great pack.
Yeah. So as you play him, you take Mark and.
Yeah.
So have you played that scenario again since have you played it and had a good experience with it, or is it?
Yeah, I think I played it once before as well, and it was the same kind of, and I lost too. Similar circumstances.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've just been on the cusp of a victory. Yeah.
This is like eternal torture for you, this scenario.
I need to redeem myself. It's holding me back in my life. Yeah.
Sometimes we often get scenarios where we just can't win as either side, and it's almost like just put it away. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
You played Mark Pitt-Cabbage as well.
I did play
you?
Mark. Yeah, my story was I couldn't lose the scenario. It was almost impossible. And we talked briefly with Jim before about how if you are level in a scenario, don't take many risks. You just got to play carefully. And if you're losing, you've got to take lots of risks.
Yes.
If you're winning ridiculously, just go out and smash the guy, right? And it was something like I had 15 points across a bridge and I needed 12 or something. And he's got 2 squads that might get me in melee or something. And so I've got OBA left and I'm going to bring it in. And the worst is if I'm inaccurate, it'll be okay as long as I don't roll or whatever, 5 and a 6 or whatever.
I think I know how this story.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's then critical. And it literally took out my entire force, my own OVA. He shook his hand. It's like, I think I've done something wrong there. That was my game against Mark. So,
excellent.
I'd say he took it well. He enjoyed the game. He enjoyed it. But he's nice. Did you get to play Mark as well when you were there?
I didn't play him.
Okay. Nice guy.
I'd like to. Yeah, very nice guy.
And Mark's one of those guys where his online presence. He comes across as obviously a knowledgeable guy, and but quite a fierce guy over the keyboard. He comes across as he knows what he's doing. He couldn't be more pleasant across the board. He was genteel and he was nice and he was pleasant to play, and it was. I was really expecting quite a tough opponent, not in terms of skill level. Obviously, he's a great player to play, but just I thought he was a bit fierce to play, and he was great. No, he was really nice.
Do you know, it was because of Mark Pitt-Cabbage, which was the only time that my ex-wife was ever impressed with Advanced Squad Leader, because we were sat one evening watching TV and he came on.
Oh.
And I went, that's Mark. I know this guy.
Yeah, of course, the whole...
Yeah, because of the Anti-Defamation League stuff. He was on being interviewed about... right-wing movement, extreme right, alt-right in the US.
I'm sure he's busier than ever with that stuff.
I suspect so.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So, last question.
Last question is a non-ASL game. You get to take one.
Yeah.
Probably Here I Stand.
Oh, okay. All right. With your 5 players, is it? Six in total?
So Reformation. Yeah. So that one of those moments in European history when you got Charles V. Francis, Henry VIII, and Suleiman the Magnificent, all vying for the future of Europe, and then you got Protestantism and the Counter-Reformation at the same time. The game captures that really well.
And do you play that? Competitive is the wrong word, but like when you're playing it, it's not. I know it's not beer and pretzel style fun, but do you play it like with a competitive edge when you're playing with like five other players, or are you playing it to have a laugh and enjoy, because it's quite a tough game to enjoy in terms of there's a lot going on it.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, it's quite asymmetric as well. Yeah, but we played it recently in Wexford with 5 players who'd never played it before. Everybody had fun, I think.
Yeah. It's not a game that's going to upset people. Like a diplomacy style game where you're going to end up.
Yeah, there's probably not that kind of naked backstabbing.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of diplomacy, but
Nice. Okay, and you get 5 people, which I suppose you're going to take, 5 anyone that you can take, or you're going to, you don't have to name those 5. Don't worry, but it's a nice way to get a party on a desert island as well. It's like a 6-player game.
Yeah.
Good cheeks.
Nice. Yeah.
So are you going to play tomorrow? You got any plans?
I'm going to play Draconian Measures from Streets of Fire.
Yeah.
So we played it. Because I started late, 07, like there's a huge body of scenarios that I've never played.
And you don't play hundreds of scenarios, do you? Your tally is lower than...
Nowadays, I used to play a lot, but not anymore.
Okay. I think we played once, didn't we, online? I think it was one of the Vassal League tournaments. I think
08 or 07.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I was learning back then.
You were a decent player then, I think, as well. So
I don't know about that.
It's all good.
It was French. You were attacking French versus Germans in Norway, I think.
I can't
La Harrison?
Oh, okay. I've played that so many times. So okay. All right. Well,
we've played La Harrison.
Exactly. Yeah, I've played it here as well. It's it's one of those scenarios that just seems to turn up and play. So you're not in the tournament. You're playing friendlies this weekend. That's nice.
Big scenarios.
Big scenarios. Yeah. And you played one. So you played Martin Mayers today.
Yes. Yeah. We played. What did we play? gosh, yeah, one of the big scenarios from Poland and Flames.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Hey,
it
was
was
it? Yeah.
Old
yeah.
friends.
Old
Old
friends,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Ah, good. Well, okay. Well, I hope we get another game in at some point, and I'm sure over the board. If I get knocked out, maybe we can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're booked up, but if you're not, we'll look out for a game.
Cool.
And
Brilliant.
thanks, Owen, for that. It was
Yeah,
excellent.
thank you, Aaron.
All
Thanks,
the
Alex.
best. Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you.